Hi guys, welcome back to the Ponchak preview. Today is day 25 of our NTI learning. You guys are in the middle of your personal narrative. You have worked so hard. You've done your brainstorming, your planning, your pre-writing, and now it is time to get started on writing our actual narrative. On your packet, you'll see that we are in the beginning. We're going to start with the narrative. I have attached in our Google Classroom a slideshow that looks like this. And you guys, please go through the slides, read through it. We're going to kind of talk a little bit about what I'm expecting, and then go and write a stellar introduction that hooks your reader and makes them want to read more. So I just gave you your key word for today. Is your job is to hook your reader. You want to grab their attention, and you do not have a lot of time to do this. So let's figure out how to hook them. So if you look on your slideshow, you're going to go through it and we talk about that you need to hook them. There are 3 ways that I suggest starting your personal narrative introduction, and then one of them would be dialogue. That's probably one of the easiest because you have to have a lot of dialogue in a narrative, but it's also a conversation. So this is an event that happened in your life. We've talked a lot about, some people are talking about divorces, some people are talking about a vacation, some people are talking about when they moved, some people are talking about when they were bullied, some people are talking about family issues. I mean, we have a wide range, sports events, all those things. So you know the event, you lived through it, you remember the conversations that were had. That's a really good way to hook the reader, is start off with the conversation. So if you look at our example that we've already done, the bracelet, which was a great story, Rory, the little girl, starts off with, "Mom, are we leaving yet?" Right then and there is a question. And so our readers want to know, okay, well, are they leaving? Where are they going? So she keeps reading, and she talks about trying to hold back her tears because she doesn't want to cry in front of her sister. She wants to be tough. So right there, all these questions: why is she leaving? Why is she crying? Why doesn't she want to cry in front of her big sister? Where are they going? That's what a good introduction does. It makes you want to know what's going on. How many times have you guys ever watched a movie at the beginning and bam, something happens, a conversation happens, and you're like, whoa, where, that, okay, no, what's going to happen? So you keep watching. That's what your introduction does in your narrative, okay? So a good way is through dialogue. Please, please, please go back to day 17, read the rules of dialogue, use those properly, okay? Moving on. The other example we talk about is action. You could start right in the middle of the action. If you ever watch a movie and there's a fight scene right at the beginning, you're hooked. You're like, whoa, that was intense. That was crazy. I can't wait to see why were they fighting, who's going to win. I've got to know more. So you could start right in the action of what's going on in your event. So it could be if you are having to move, like when we read Flipped, they're already unpacking the moving vans. And so Juliana Baker barges her way in, and Bryce Lowski is like, whoa, what's going on? So we already see them two, the first time that they met, their personalities. We see it right then and there. So what you could do on your personal narrative is whatever your event is, you could start right at it. That doesn't mean, well, there's a whole lot that we still need to build up to it. Yeah, that's what the rest of your story will be. Give them a taste of what's going to happen, and then the next paragraph is kind of back it up and tell what's leading into it. And so it's another example would be in the circuit. In the circuit, we have our narrator, and he's already in the strawberry fields picking. He's describing the setting. He's describing the heat. He's describing the sadness. He's going through it. He's showing, not telling. And you're hooked. You want to know, why is this guy picking strawberries when he should be in school? So your introduction needs to grab our attention. So again, the 2 ways so far: dialogue, a conversation that you've had with somebody, or the second one is jump in the action. Get right to it, get our attention, keep going. And then the third way is to give a little background knowledge. The best way I can use this one is like in 11, where she starts talking about, today is my birthday. I'm going to have cake. I don't feel 11. Sometimes I feel 10. Sometimes I feel 7. But I wish I was 102 so I would have the wisdom to know what to say. So right there, she tells you, okay, there's a conflict that's getting ready to happen. It's my birthday. I wish I wasn't. It gives you enough information about Rachel before it starts on the event. So you could instead of, like where we said right in the action, you could, instead of being right in the action, give what happens before the action, leading up to the action, and so on. So again, the 3 ways: dialogue, action, or background. Those are all really strong ways to hook the reader. Again, you don't have a lot of time to get my attention when I'm reading this. Make me want to read all of your paper. All right, so what you're going to do today, go through that slideshow. There are 6 slides, not a lot. Read them. Please don't just be like, did it. Read them. And then go and write your own introduction. The second attachment that I'm giving you is a Google Docs where it is blank. It's completely blank. There's nothing on it unless your second hour I've given you a little bit more of a format. But all my other classes, it's blank. Go type. You have a blank canvas, just go. All right? Good luck. Can't wait to read your introductions. I know you're going to hook me.